Did you know that your date of birth carries more than a simple record in time? It is a personal code that reflects the specific point at which your soul chose to incarnate in this world. According to spiritual teachings, this exact moment is not random, but is part of a larger plan that includes your karmic lessons, spiritual challenges, and life purpose. Thus, when you are born on a specific date, you already begin to walk the spiritual journey with a baggage of previous karma, brought from past lives, in addition to a field of possibilities to be worked on in the present life. Understanding the meaning of your birth date can be a gateway to understanding what key lessons you are here to learn. These teachings are not just about the practical events of life, but about a deeper set of spiritual experiences and challenges that you need to face. Your date of birth, like a numerical code, contains clues that can reveal important aspects about your personal growth and the transformations you need to make to align with your spiritual purpose. Understanding this symbology allows you to move with more clarity and less resistance during life's challenging moments. The numbers that make up your birth date also serve as a reflection of your spiritual energies and the karmic cycles you may face. These numbers not only reveal patterns, but also indicate opportunities. They function as signs that, regardless of the challenges, you have the spiritual gifts necessary to overcome difficulties and expand your consciousness. By exploring the meaning of your birth date, you can access these codes and understand how universal forces align to guide your path of evolution. Additionally, your date of birth offers a broader understanding of your own individuality within the collective context. Although many people may share the same day or year of birth, the specific combination of date, month, and year forms a unique set that reflects the particularities of your personal karma. This means that as you explore your birth date, you begin to realize your unique position in the universe and the impact your karmic field has on your life experiences. The link between date of birth and karma also invites us to reflect on how our past choices influence our present. Karmic patterns don't come out of nowhere, and your birth date is like a key that unlocks understanding which cycles you are here to balance and transform. Thus, it represents a kind of spiritual lesson plan, where the challenges and karmic lessons are already defined, and it is up to you to decide how to face and overcome them. This knowledge also helps us see life in a more intentional way, moving us away from the idea that everything is purely chance. If your birth date carries with it a set of karmic challenges and opportunities, then we are encouraged to look at our experiences with a new perspective. Each event or difficulty can be interpreted as an essential part of our learning and spiritual development. This allows us to move forward with more confidence, knowing that what happens to us has a greater purpose. Welcome to the Eye of the Soul channel. Repetitive karmic patterns are manifestations of behaviors, situations, or relationships that arise in our lives with unusual frequency. These patterns are directly related to the karma we have accumulated over several lifetimes. When we face the same type of challenge repeatedly, whether in relationships, at work, or even in emotional issues, this is a clear indication that there is something deeper to be resolved. These repetitions are signs that we have not yet been able to learn the necessary lesson or make the internal changes required to overcome the karmic cycle. Understanding and identifying these patterns is the first step to breaking the cycle. We often tend to see these problems as external events or as the result of chance. However, Buddhism teaches us that these repetitive patterns are reflections of our actions, thoughts, and intentions. By recognizing the connection between our past choices and present challenges, we can begin to consciously work to transform these situations and not allow them to continue to repeat themselves indefinitely. In addition to actions, these patterns are closely linked to the emotional and mental energies that we cultivate throughout our lives. The emotions we choose to nurture and the thoughts we feed create a vibration that, over time, turns into repeated experiences. When we are stuck in a negative karmic cycle, it is important to examine how our emotions and thoughts are contributing to maintaining this pattern. Self-awareness and changing the way of thinking are essential to release these accumulated energies. It is essential to remember that these cycles are not intended to punish us. They exist to teach us something essential that we would not otherwise understand. When we view repetitive patterns from a learning perspective, rather than simply something to be avoided, we can begin to extract the lessons that karma offers us. This learning process allows us to advance on our spiritual path with more wisdom and understanding about ourselves. These patterns can manifest themselves in different areas of life. You may find that you always attract the same kind of difficult relationships, or that you face repeated financial challenges. Instead of trying to change the external world, the secret is to change the internal world. Karmic patterns are, above all, a call to personal transformation. What do you need to change in your way of seeing life, in your attitudes or beliefs? By answering these questions honestly, you begin to untie the knots that keep the cycle going. The concept of karma is often simplified as a direct relationship between cause and effect, where physical actions result in specific consequences. However, karma goes far beyond visible and concrete actions. It can encompass a dimension that includes intentions, thoughts, and emotions. It is not only our physical actions that shape our karma, but also the internal energies we cultivate, such as feelings of anger, love, envy, or compassion. Every thought we entertain and every intention we project has the power to generate karma, which shapes not only our present, but also our future. Thoughts and intentions are powerful sources of energy that, even though they are not manifested on the physical plane, still influence the karmic flow in our lives. For example, harboring feelings of resentment or a desire for revenge, even if they never turn into action, accumulates negative karma that will eventually return in the form of emotional, psychological, or even physical challenges. Likewise, positive thoughts and intentions, such as practicing gratitude or a genuine desire to help others, generate positive karma that attracts harmonious and beneficial experiences. Emotions also play an essential role in the formation of karma. Intense emotions such as fear, anger, or sadness, when held for long periods, create an energetic field that can attract challenging or repetitive situations into our lives. The accumulation of these negative emotions impedes the natural flow of energy and keeps us trapped in karmic cycles of suffering. On the other hand, cultivating emotions such as joy, compassion, and acceptance paves the way for lighter and more favorable karma, promoting healing and spiritual growth. This deeper understanding of karma leads us to reflect on our responsibility in every aspect of our existence, not only in what we do, but also in what we think and feel. Karmic transformation not only requires a change in behavior, but also an internal transformation. We need to be aware of the energies we are generating in each moment, even when there is no direct action involved. True karmic change begins within us, by transforming the quality of our thoughts and emotions. Furthermore, understanding karma as something that goes beyond physical actions gives us the opportunity to rewrite our patterns in a deeper way. We can begin to work directly with our intentions and emotions, transforming negative energies into positive ones, and thus altering the course of our future karma. From the moment we are born, we carry with us a specific karmic field, the result of our actions and intentions accumulated in past lives. This karmic field is made up of tendencies, predispositions, and lessons that we need to face in this life. Thus, before we even begin to act or make decisions, we are already influenced by this set of energies that shapes our spiritual journey. These karmic influences determine not only the environment we are born into, but also the types of experiences and challenges we encounter throughout life. These karmic tendencies can manifest themselves in many ways, including our personality traits, family relationships, social conditions, and even our innate talents and difficulties. For example, a person who is born with a strong inclination toward compassion and altruism may be carrying with them the positive outcome of past actions, while someone who faces frequent challenges in personal relationships may be dealing with the reflection of unresolved karmic patterns from their lives. Previous ones. Thus, karmic influences from birth serve as a kind of map for our spiritual evolution. However, these influences are neither absolute nor immutable. Although we arrive in the world with a set of karmic lessons to work through, we also have free will to shape our trajectory. The karmic tendencies and challenges we bring are not meant to imprison us, but to offer us opportunities for growth and learning. By becoming aware of these influences, we can act in ways that transcend negative karmic patterns, transforming what would otherwise be a repetition of cycles into an opportunity for liberation and spiritual evolution. Many of the difficulties and obstacles we face throughout life are actually karmic opportunities in disguise. They are designed to help us develop essential qualities such as patience, compassion, courage, and detachment. When we understand that each challenge is part of a larger plan, we can begin to approach them with a mindset of learning rather than resistance. This perspective allows us to consciously work with our karmic field, using challenges as catalysts for our personal and spiritual evolution. Furthermore, karmic influences are not limited to difficulties. Our innate qualities, skills, and talents are also part of our karma. The facility that a person may have in a certain area, such as music, art, or leadership, may be the result of efforts and achievements in past lives. These natural gifts are karmic resources that we bring to continue developing and contributing to the world in specific ways. Thus, karmic influences can be seen in both the challenges and blessings we receive throughout life. The karmic number is important for understanding the spiritual lessons and challenges that each person is destined to face throughout life. This number is calculated based on the date of birth and aims to reveal deep aspects of our karmic field. It works as a kind of code that contains information about the main challenges, patterns, and areas of spiritual growth. By knowing your karmic number, you can get a clearer picture of the lessons your soul needs to learn in this incarnation. Calculating the karmic number is relatively simple and involves adding the digits of the day, month, and year of birth. Let's give an example of how to calculate. Imagine a person who was born on May 15, 1990. The day is 15, so we add the two digits. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. If you were born on a single-digit day, then you won't need to do the addition, as you will already have the number. May is the 5th month of the year, so the number is already 5. We don't need to add anything else. The year is 1990, so we need to add all the digits. 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0 is equal to 19. Again, we add 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. And as a result, we have 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. Add the results until we reach a single digit. The next step is to add these results of the day, month, and year. So we have 6 plus 5 plus 1 is equal to 12. Therefore, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. The result 3 will be that person's karmic number. The result of this sum is then reduced to a single digit from 1 to 9, which represents your karmic number. Each number carries with it specific characteristics, both positive and challenging, that provide insight into the type of experiences you will attract throughout your life. These experiences are reflections of the karmic energies you need to balance. This karmic number is a key that helps you understand repetitive behavioral and emotional patterns. It reveals not only the challenges you will face, but also the qualities you need to develop to overcome them. In addition to pointing out challenges, the karmic number also highlights the gifts and talents we bring from past lives. Although it is often focused on the difficulties to be overcome, it also reflects the qualities that we have already developed and that can help us face the obstacles of this life. These include emotional skills, such as empathy or leadership, and practical skills, such as creativity or organization. Knowing your karmic number also provides an opportunity to make more conscious choices in your life. With this understanding, you can better prepare for the challenges that will inevitably arise, recognizing them as part of your spiritual learning. This allows you to respond to these situations more intentionally rather than reacting automatically. This awareness helps you break repetitive cycles and create a path of growth more aligned with your spiritual purpose. The karmic number is especially useful in the journey of self-discovery and personal development. It works as a form of self-knowledge, providing insights into areas of our lives that require special attention. This clarity allows you to direct your energy more effectively, focusing on the aspects of your life that truly need transformation. The practice of self-knowledge and self-improvement is fundamental to balancing karmic energies and overcoming the challenges represented by your karmic number. Each karmic number, from 1 to 9, carries a series of spiritual lessons, challenges, and characteristics that shape a person's life journey. These numbers provide insight into understanding the behavior patterns, emotional difficulties, and areas of spiritual growth that are most relevant to each individual. By understanding the meaning of your karmic number, you can have deeper insights into your life mission and the aspects that need to be worked on to evolve spiritually. Next, let's understand what each of these numbers means. The karmic number 1, it is related to independence, leadership, and self-confidence. Those who have this number often face challenges related to personal assertion and the need to develop a strong identity. The main learning for these people is to balance self-sufficiency with cooperation, avoiding the tendency to isolation or excess ego. The karma associated with number 1 involves learning to lead with compassion and to have confidence without arrogance. The karmic number 2, it is strongly linked to interpersonal relationships and diplomacy. People with this number are called to learn how to deal with partnerships, cultivate patience, and develop a more harmonious approach to social interactions. Their challenges often involve dealing with insecurity, avoiding emotional dependence, and learning to maintain peace in conflict situations. The karmic learning here is about how to create balance and harmony without sacrificing one's identity. The karmic number 3, it is associated with creativity, personal expression, and communication. Those with this number have the opportunity to use their creative talents to inspire and influence others in positive ways. However, the challenge is to avoid energy dispersion and superficiality. Karmic lessons involve learning to be more focused, disciplined, and expressing your thoughts and feelings authentically without fear of judgment. Who has the karmic number 4 faces lessons linked to hard work, organization, and discipline. These individuals are called to build a solid foundation in their lives, whether materially or emotionally. Karmic challenges often involve learning to deal with frustration and rigidity, developing flexibility, and accepting that not everything can be controlled. Number 4 brings the opportunity to find balance between responsibility and the ability to adapt to change. The karmic number 5 symbolizes freedom, adventure, and change. People with this number often face the challenge of finding a balance between the search for new experiences and the need for stability. They can often feel trapped in situations that limit their freedom, and karmic learning involves accepting responsibility for one's choices without running away from difficulties. Number 5 teaches you about the importance of adaptation and flexibility without losing focus on your long-term goals. With the karmic number 6, life lessons are centered on love, responsibility, and family relationships. Those who have this number are generally called upon to deal with issues related to domestic harmony and the obligation to take care of others. Karmic challenges can involve learning not to sacrifice too much of your own needs for the sake of others and establishing healthy boundaries in your relationships. Number 6 brings the opportunity to learn about unconditional love and the balance between giving and receiving. The karmic number 7, it is linked to self-knowledge, spirituality, and the search for inner truth. People with this number are called to develop a deeper connection with their spirituality and cultivate inner wisdom. Her challenges involve dealing with loneliness and isolation, learning to trust her intuition, and finding peace in her own company. Number 7 teaches the importance of inner silence and meditation to achieve spiritual fulfillment. The karmic number 8 refers to power, material success, and balance between the spiritual and material worlds. Those with this number often face challenges linked to ambition and the responsible use of power. Karmic learning involves understanding that true success comes from balancing the physical and spiritual worlds, avoiding excesses of control and ego. Number 8 teaches you about the need to practice justice and responsibility in all areas of life. Already karmic number 9, in turn, it is associated with altruism, compassion, and service to humanity. People with this number are called to practice detachment and dedicate themselves to the greater good. Your challenges involve dealing with the tendency to absorb other people's problems and the difficulty in establishing clear limits. Karmic learning involves serving others wisely without burdening yourself emotionally. Overcoming karmic challenges is one of the main spiritual missions we carry throughout our lives. Karma should not be seen as a punishment, but as an opportunity to correct imbalances, transform negative patterns, and evolve spiritually. The first step towards overcoming this is the conscious recognition of the repetitive patterns that manifest themselves in our lives. These repetitions, whether in relationships, financial matters, or emotional health, indicate areas that need special attention. Identifying them allows you to begin the healing and transformation process. Self-knowledge, it is fundamental to overcoming karmic pain. Through reflection, meditation, and introspection practices, it is possible to understand how our attitudes, thoughts, and emotions are linked to accumulated karma. The challenge here is to be willing to look within and face the issues that we often prefer to ignore. By bringing these issues to the light of consciousness, we create space for significant changes in our behavior patterns, breaking cycles that previously imprisoned us. One of the most effective ways to overcome karmic challenges is through practice of compassion, both for yourself and for others. We often get stuck in negative cycles because we carry guilt, resentment, or deep hurt. The process of karmic healing requires us to forgive ourselves for past mistakes and also to release those who have caused us pain. The forgiveness, it is a powerful way to dissolve accumulated negative energies, and by practicing it, we create space for new opportunities and positive experiences. When we hold resentment or hurt, we accumulate an emotional charge that affects our karmic field and prevents us from advancing spiritually. Forgiveness, both of ourselves and others, dissolves these negative energies, allowing the flow of life to return to being harmonious and aligned with our spiritual purpose. Forgiving does not mean forgetting or justifying, but rather freeing yourself from the emotional chains that keep us stuck in the past. In addition to forgiveness, acceptance is another key to karmic overcoming. Accepting that challenges are part of our spiritual growth helps us deal with them in a more balanced way. Instead of resisting or fighting difficulties, we can approach them as opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and more aware. This shift in perspective allows us to see karmic challenges not as obstacles, but as stepping stones in our spiritual evolution. A meditation practice is also important in this overcoming process. Through meditation, we are able to access the deepest levels of our being, where many of the karmic influences are stored. During meditation, we can identify the subconscious patterns that fuel our challenges and work to dissolve them. This regular practice helps balance our energies, allowing us to free ourselves from the karmic chains that keep us trapped in cycles of suffering. Another important aspect of karmic overcoming is conscious action. Karma is formed not only by thoughts and emotions, but also by our actions in the physical world. By acting ethically and compassionately, we can balance negative karma with positive actions. Doing good, helping others, and living according to high spiritual principles contributes to the creation of a positive energetic field around us that facilitates the resolution of karmic challenges. The self-analysis, it is essential in the process of self-knowledge. Taking time to reflect on your actions, choices, and motivations can bring to light karmic issues that need to be worked on. This process involves honestly questioning your intentions and identifying areas where you may be repeating negative behaviors or limiting patterns. The practice of self-analysis gives us the opportunity to adjust our attitudes and behaviors, aligning ourselves more with our spiritual purposes and resolving past karma. Recording thoughts and feelings journaling is also an effective practice for accessing karmic patterns. When you regularly write about your daily experiences, feelings, and insights, you create a space to recognize and identify repetitive patterns. Writing allows you to express emotions more consciously, releasing what is trapped in your subconscious. Additionally, reflective writing can help identify emotional and karmic blocks that need to be released to allow the flow of positive energy. Emotional healing practices, such as energy therapy and spiritual healing, are also effective in the process of self-knowledge. These practices work with the subtle energies of the body and mind, helping to release trauma, fears, and blockages that keep karmic patterns active. Through these techniques, such as Reiki or pranic healing, you can clear stagnant energies that are linked to past karma, facilitating the transformation of negative patterns into positive ones. These therapies promote balance between body, mind, and spirit, helping to align your energy field with your life purpose. Guided visualization is another powerful practice. With it, you can access subconscious images and symbolism that reveal hidden aspects of your karma. During a visualization session, you may see scenes or receive insights into past events or behaviors that are perpetuating karmic cycles. These images can function as symbolic forms that guide you toward healing and transformation. By visualizing resolution and healing scenarios, you reprogram your karmic energies, making room for new experiences. Studying oneself can also be done through practices such as astrology and numerology. These practices provide a map of your life and your karmic influences, helping you identify patterns and cycles that are at play. Astrology, for example, can reveal the areas of greatest challenge in your life, while numerology, through specific calculations, can help you better understand the karmic lessons associated with your birth date. These practices provide a broader understanding of who you are and what you need to learn in this life. Self-compassion practices are fundamental in the process of self-knowledge. As you discover and work on your karmic patterns, it is essential to be kind to yourself. Self-knowledge is not about judgment, but about understanding and healing. Accepting your imperfections and recognizing that challenges are part of your spiritual growth helps transform your karma. When you treat yourself with compassion, you make room for healing and growth, freeing yourself from the shackles of negative karma. Spiritual transformation is the continuous process of self-knowledge and growth that leads us to a state of greater balance, peace, and alignment with our higher purpose. It begins with the understanding that all the challenges, patterns, and experiences we experience are part of a greater plan of evolution. Along this path, the objective is not to eliminate difficulties, but to integrate them as learning opportunities. Spiritual transformation occurs when we use these moments to develop qualities like patience, compassion, and wisdom, rather than reacting with fear or resistance. This process involves cycles of introspection, conscious action, and self-transformation. At each stage, we are faced with new levels of understanding about who we are and what our role is in the world. Karma plays a central role in spiritual transformation. As we identify and work to resolve our karmic patterns, we release stagnant energy that previously kept us stuck in repetitive cycles. This liberation process makes room for new experiences and a state of greater internal balance. Spiritual transformation occurs when we stop being victims of circumstances and start seeing ourselves as co-creators of our reality, taking responsibility for the choices we make and the standards we maintain. Throughout the journey of spiritual transformation, it is essential to develop the ability to let go of expectations and results. When we try to control every aspect of life, we often encounter frustration and suffering. Detachment teaches us to trust the natural flow of life and to accept that certain events are beyond our control. This allows us to live with more serenity and acceptance. Another important point in spiritual transformation is alignment with the purpose of life. When we connect with our spiritual essence, we begin to realize that we have a role to play in the world that goes beyond everyday concerns. This purpose often involves serving others, contributing to the greater good, and using our gifts and talents consciously. Spiritual transformation helps us discover this purpose and live in a way more aligned with it, bringing more meaning and fulfillment to our existence. Spiritual transformation is a process that never ends. With each new challenge, we have the opportunity to learn something new about ourselves and the world around us. It is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth, where each experience contributes to our spiritual awakening. This path takes us to a state of greater peace, clarity, and connection with the universe, allowing us to live more fully and consciously, always evolving.